Imagine standing at the crossroads of life, staring down a path filled with uncertainty. That's where it all began for someone who would later become one of the most influential voices in personal development. But let me tell you, his journey wasn't paved with gold from the start. In fact, it was quite the opposite. He grew up in humble surroundings, working hard just to make ends meet. Money was scarce, opportunities seemed distant, and dreams felt like fragile whispers lost in the wind. One day, he found himself stuck in a job that didn't fulfill him, stuck in a routine that drained his spirit, and stuck in a mindset that told him this was as good as life could get. But deep inside, there was a spark, a quiet voice urging him to break free. It wasn't loud or demanding, but persistent enough to keep nudging him forward. And so he made a decision that would change everything. He decided to invest in himself when no one else would. He started reading books, attending seminars, and surrounding himself with people who had achieved what he aspired to have. These weren't grand gestures, they were small steps taken consistently over time. Each page he turned opened a new door in his mind. Each conversation planted a seed of possibility, and each lesson added another brick to the foundation of his future. Slowly but surely, his perspective shifted. He realized that success isn't something handed to you, it's something you build from within. But here's the thing. Knowledge alone wasn't enough. What set him apart was action. While others talked about their dreams, he rolled up his sleeves and got to work. He faced setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt, but every time he stumbled, he reminded himself why he started. He understood that adversity is not an obstacle, it's a teacher. Every challenge became an opportunity to grow stronger, sharper, and wiser. As time went on, he discovered something profound. True wealth isn't measured by money in the bank, but by value created for others. The more he focused on giving, sharing his insights, helping others succeed, and making a difference, the more abundance flowed back into his life. His income grew because his impact grew. People began to notice his passion, his authenticity, and his unwavering commitment to excellence. And yet, even after achieving financial freedom and recognition, he never forgot where he came from. He often reflected on those early days when hope felt like the only currency he had. Those memories kept him grounded, reminding him that the journey mattered more than the destination. Success wasn't about proving anything to anyone, it was about becoming the best version of himself. So if there's one thing we can take away from this story, it's this. Greatness is available to anyone willing to pay the price. The price isn't always easy. It might mean sacrificing comfort, facing fears, or persisting when the odds seem impossible. But remember, every effort counts. Every step moves you closer to the life you envision. You don't need extraordinary talent or luck to transform your circumstances. All you need is a relentless desire to improve, a willingness to learn, and the courage to act. Your story may look different, but the principles remain the same. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Surround yourself with inspiration, embrace challenges as opportunities, and focus on creating value for others. When you commit to these practices, transformation becomes inevitable. Let's dive deeper into the essence of what transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. It's not magic, it's not luck, and it's certainly not something reserved for a select few. No, what separates those who achieve remarkable success from those who stay stuck is often a series of small decisions made consistently over time. These decisions might seem insignificant in isolation. Reading 10 pages of a book instead of scrolling through social media, waking up 30 minutes earlier to plan your day, or choosing to listen to an educational podcast during your commute. But when compounded, they create monumental shifts. Take, for example, someone who starts their mornings by reflecting on their goals. They don't have everything figured out, but they take just 5 minutes to write down what they want to accomplish that day. At first glance, it doesn't appear like much. But as weeks turn into months, this habit begins to shape their mindset. They start seeing patterns in how they spend their time, identifying distractions that steal their focus, and recognizing opportunities they otherwise would have missed. This clarity acts as fuel, propelling them toward progress even when motivation wanes. Now imagine pairing this daily reflection with another simple practice, learning something new every single day. Whether it's listening to a short audiobook chapter while getting ready in the morning, or watching a 15-minute video about a skill you're trying to develop, The act of continuous learning keeps your mind sharp and open to possibility. Over time, this accumulation of knowledge becomes a treasure trove of ideas and strategies you can apply to your own life. The person we're talking about didn't stop at consuming information, though. They took action on what they learned, because knowing without doing is like owning a map, but never taking the first step on the journey. Action, by the way, is where most people falter. Many dream big dreams and even acquire the tools needed to bring those dreams to fruition. Yet they hesitate when it comes time to execute. Fear creeps in, the fear of failure, judgment, or simply not being good enough. But here's the truth. No one ever became great by playing it safe. Every successful individual has faced moments of doubt and uncertainty. What sets them apart is their ability to push past those fears and keep moving forward anyway. Action builds confidence, and confidence fuels further action. It's a cycle that, once initiated, becomes unstoppable. Consider the power of persistence. When obstacles arise, and trust me, they will, it's tempting to throw in the towel. After all, giving up offers immediate relief from discomfort. But think about this. Some of the greatest breakthroughs happen right after the point where most people quit. That extra effort, that final push, often makes all the difference. Imagine standing at the edge of a dark tunnel, unsure if there's light waiting on the other side. Each step feels heavier than the last, but then suddenly you catch a glimmer of brightness ahead. That's what persistence does. It leads you to breakthroughs you couldn't see coming. But let's be honest, staying persistent isn't easy. There will be days when nothing seems to go right, when the weight of responsibility feels unbearable, and when self-doubt threatens to consume you. On those days, it's crucial to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Why did you decide to pursue this path? Was it to provide a better life for your family? To prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving greatness? Or perhaps to leave a legacy that inspires others? Whatever your reason, hold on to it tightly. Your why is your anchor during turbulent times, keeping you grounded and focused on the bigger picture. Speaking of focus, let's talk about the importance of eliminating distraction. In today's fast-paced world, it's incredibly easy to get sidetracked by shiny objects, new gadgets, trending apps, or fleeting pleasures that promise instant gratification. While these things may offer temporary satisfaction, they rarely contribute to long-term fulfillment. Instead, they fragment your attention and dilute your efforts. To truly excel, you must learn to say no to anything that doesn't align with your goals. Protect your time fiercely and dedicate it only to activities that move you closer to where you want to be. This principle applies not just to external distractions, but also to internal ones. Negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, and toxic comparisons can sabotage your progress faster than any external force. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, "I'm not smart enough, I don't have the resources," or "someone else is already doing it better"? These thoughts are insidious because they feel true, even though they're often based on fear rather than fact. The antidote: replace negativity with constructive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths, celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Surrounding yourself with the right people cannot be overstated. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Think about that for a moment. If you're constantly surrounded by pessimists who drain your energy and discourage ambition, it's unlikely you'll rise above mediocrity. On the other hand, if you seek out mentors, peers, and friends who challenge you to grow, support your vision, and hold you accountable, your potential skyrockets. Success leaves clues, and the people around you can either guide you toward prosperity or steer you away from it. Mentorship, in particular, plays a pivotal role in accelerating growth. Learning from someone who has walked the path before you saves you years of trial and error. Their wisdom helps you avoid common pitfalls, recognize opportunities sooner, and navigate challenges more effectively. A mentor doesn't necessarily need to be someone famous or highly accomplished. Sometimes the best guidance comes from someone who understands your unique struggles and can offer tailored advice. Don't hesitate to reach out to people you admire and ask for their insight. Most are happy to share their experiences if approached with genuine curiosity and respect. Of course, personal growth isn't limited to professional achievements. True success encompasses every area of your life: health, relationships, finances, and spirituality. Neglecting one aspect while obsessing over another creates imbalance, which ultimately hinders overall progress. For instance, Working tirelessly to build wealth at the expense of your health might yield short-term gains, but it won't sustain happiness in the long run. Similarly, prioritizing relationships without financial stability can lead to stress and resentment. Strive for harmony across all dimensions of your life, ensuring that each area receives the attention it deserves. One powerful way to maintain balance is through gratitude. Practicing gratitude shifts your perspective, allowing you to appreciate what you have while still striving for more. When you wake up each morning and acknowledge 3 things you're thankful for, you set a positive tone for the rest of the day. Gratitude reminds you that success isn't just about reaching the next milestone. It's about enjoying the journey and finding joy in the present moment. Plus, studies show that grateful individuals tend to experience less stress, improved mental health, and stronger relationships, all of which contribute to sustained success. Another key element of sustainable growth is adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and rigidly clinging to a predetermined outcome can lead to frustration and disappointment. Instead, embrace change as an opportunity to pivot and innovate. Perhaps a project you poured your heart into didn't pan out as expected. Rather than viewing it as a failure, analyze what went wrong, extract valuable lessons, and use that knowledge to refine your approach moving forward. Flexibility allows you to weather storms and emerge stronger on the other side. Let's circle back to the idea of value creation. Earlier, I mentioned that focusing on giving is a cornerstone of lasting success. Let's explore that concept further. When you prioritize creating value for others, you naturally attract abundance into your life. Why? Because people are drawn to those who make their lives easier, better, or more meaningful. Whether it's offering helpful advice, providing exceptional service, or sharing inspiring content, adding value builds trust and fosters loyalty. Over time, this goodwill translates into opportunities, partnerships, and financial rewards. However, creating value requires empathy. You must understand the needs, desires, and pain points of the people you aim to serve. Put yourself in their shoes and ask, what problem am I solving for them? How can I make their lives better? Empathy enables you to connect on a deeper level, making your contributions resonate more profoundly. And remember, value isn't always monetary. Sometimes, simply lending a listening ear or offering words of encouragement can make a world of difference. As you continue on your journey, don't underestimate the power of consistency. Success isn't built overnight, it's the result of showing up day after day, putting in the work and refusing to give up. Even when progress feels slow or invisible, trust that every effort counts. Picture a snowball rolling downhill. At first, it's small and seemingly insignificant. But as it gathers momentum, it grows larger and more unstoppable. Consistency works the same way. Keep pushing, keep improving, and watch as your efforts compound over time. And finally, let's address the importance of celebrating milestones along the way. Too often, people fall into the trap of postponing happiness until they reach some distant goal. I'll be happy when I hit 6 figures, they say. Or once I lose 20 pounds, then I'll feel proud of myself. The problem with this mindset is that it robs you of joy in the present moment. Instead, take time to acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how minor they may seem. Did you finish a challenging task? Celebrate. Did you stick to your workout routine for a week straight? Celebrate. Did you overcome a fear or try something outside your comfort zone? Celebrate. Each victory reinforces your belief in your abilities and motivates you to keep going. Remember, success is a marathon, not a sprint. It demands patience, resilience, and unwavering determination. But the beauty lies in the process, in the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the person you become along the way. So, as you embark on your own journey, keep these principles close to heart. Surround yourself with positivity. Embrace lifelong learning and commit to taking consistent action. Focus on creating value for others, practicing gratitude, and maintaining balance in all areas of your life. And above all, never forget that the power to transform your circumstances resides within you. Every decision you make shapes your future. Every action you take brings you closer to your dreams. And every challenge you face prepares you for the greatness that awaits. The road ahead may not always be smooth, but it will undoubtedly be worth it. Let's talk about the role of discipline in shaping your destiny. Discipline is often misunderstood. It's not about restriction or punishment. It's about freedom. Freedom to design the life you want, freedom to pursue your passions without distraction, and freedom to become the person you're meant to be. Without discipline, even the best intentions fizzle out. Think about it. How many times have you started something with enthusiasm only to abandon it weeks later, when the novelty wore off? That's where discipline steps in. It bridges the gap between temporary motivation and long-term achievement. Discipline isn't glamorous. It doesn't come with fireworks or applause. Instead, it's quiet, steady, and unyielding. It's waking up early when your alarm goes off, even though your bed feels impossibly comfortable. It's sticking to your budget when everyone else is splurging on luxury. It's choosing to invest in yourself today rather than indulging in instant gratification. These small acts of self-control accumulate over time, creating a foundation strong enough to support your dreams. And here's the kicker: discipline becomes easier the more you practice it. Like any muscle, it grows stronger with consistent use. Now let's address another critical aspect of success: mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality, whether you realize it or not. If you constantly tell yourself that you're incapable, guess what? You'll start believing it and acting accordingly. On the flip side, if you cultivate a mindset of possibility and abundance, opportunities begin to appear where none seemed to exist before. This shift begins with awareness. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Are you empowering yourself or tearing yourself down? Are you focusing on problems or solutions? The stories you tell yourself matter because they influence the actions you take and ultimately the results you achieve. To develop a winning mindset, surround yourself with positivity. Fill your environment with books, podcasts, and conversations that inspire and uplift you. Avoid toxic influences, whether people, media, or habits that drag you into negativity. Protect your mental space like it's sacred ground, because in many ways it is. What you consume mentally shapes who you are and what you create in the world. Choose wisely. Another powerful tool for cultivating the right mindset is visualization. Picture yourself achieving your goals in vivid detail. See yourself standing confidently at the finish line. Hear the applause of those who supported you. Feel the pride swelling in your chest. Visualization isn't just daydreaming. It's programming your subconscious mind to align with your desire. When you repeatedly imagine success, your brain begins to accept it as inevitable, which drives you to act in ways that make it a reality. Athletes use this technique to enhance performance. Entrepreneurs use it to overcome obstacles, and you can too. Speaking of overcoming obstacles, resilience deserves its own spotlight. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks stronger than before. Life will throw curveballs, sometimes gently, sometimes with full force. But your response determines your trajectory. Will you crumble under pressure or will you rise above it? Resilient individuals view challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. They understand that failure isn't final unless you choose to quit. Every stumble teaches them something valuable, equipping them to handle future hurdles with greater ease. Building resilience requires reframing how you perceive adversity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" This simple shift transforms pain into growth. It reminds you that every experience, good or bad, has a purpose. Maybe losing a job forces you to explore new career paths you hadn't considered. Perhaps a broken relationship clears space for healthier connection. Even the darkest moments carry seeds of opportunity if you're willing to look for them. But resilience isn't cultivated in isolation. Community plays a vital role in helping us navigate tough times. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, especially when you struggle to believe in yourself. Lean on mentors, friends, and loved ones during seasons of doubt. Share your struggles openly instead of bottling them up. Vulnerability fosters connection, and connection fuels resilience. Together, we're stronger than we are alone. While external support matters, don't underestimate the power of solitude. Spending time alone allows you to reconnect with your inner voice, reflect on your progress, and recharge your energy. In our hyper-connected world, silence has become a rare commodity, yet it holds immense value. Use this time to journal, meditate, or simply sit quietly with your thoughts. Ask yourself, am I heading in the right direction? What adjustments do I need to make? How can I show up better tomorrow? Solitude provides clarity, helping you stay aligned with your vision. Let's pivot to the topic of time management, a skill that separates achievers from dreamers. Time is the one resource we all share equally, yet few master its use. We waste hours scrolling through social media, binge watching shows, or engaging in activities that add little value to our lives. Meanwhile, successful individuals treat their time like gold. They prioritize tasks that move the needle, delegate responsibilities that don't require their expertise, and ruthlessly eliminate distractions. One effective strategy for managing time is batching similar tasks together. For example, dedicate specific blocks of your day to answering emails, making phone calls, or working on creative projects. By grouping related activities, you minimize context switching, which drains mental energy and reduces productivity. Another tip is to tackle your most important task first thing in the morning, when your focus is sharpest. This ensures that even if unexpected interruptions arise later, you've already accomplished something meaningful. Of course, no discussion of time management would be complete without addressing procrastination. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's fear in disguise. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in a cycle of avoidance. To combat procrastination, break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of thinking, I need to write an entire report, reframe it as I'll outline the introduction. Completing these bite-sized chunks gives you a sense of accomplishment, building momentum to tackle the next step. As you work toward your goals, remember the importance of balance. Hustle culture glorifies burnout, but true success stems from sustainability. Pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion might yield short-term gains, but it erodes your health, relationships, and creativity in the long run. Make rest a non-negotiable part of your routine. Sleep restores your body and sharpens your mind. Exercise boosts your mood and increases energy levels. Hobbies spark joy and prevent monotony. Balance ensures that you remain energized and inspired to continue pursuing excellence. And speaking of inspiration, never underestimate the impact of storytelling. Humans are wired to connect through stories. They evoke emotion, foster empathy, and leave lasting impressions. Whether you're sharing your journey with others or reflecting on your own experiences, storytelling helps solidify lessons learned and reinforces your commitment to growth. Plus, sharing your story inspires others to embark on their own journeys. You never know whose life you might touch, simply by being vulnerable and authentic. Storytelling also serves as a powerful tool for branding, both personally and professionally. People don't buy products or services, they buy stories. They resonate with the values, mission, and personality behind what you offer. So, as you build your presence, whether online, in business, or within your community, craft a narrative that reflects who you are and why you do what you do. Authenticity builds trust, and trust breeds loyalty. Trust extends beyond external relationships. It starts within. Trust yourself to make decisions even when they're tough. Trust yourself to adapt when plans change. Trust yourself to keep going even when the path feels uncertain. Self-trust is built through consistency. Each time you follow through on a promise to yourself, you strengthen your belief in your capabilities. Over time, this confidence radiates outward, influencing how others perceive and interact with you. Finally, let's touch on legacy. What kind of mark do you want to leave on the world? Legacy isn't reserved for the wealthy or famous. It's available to anyone willing to contribute positively to humanity. It could be as simple as raising kind-hearted children, mentoring someone in need, or creating art that touches heart. Legacy is about impact, not accolades. Ask yourself, how can I use my unique gifts to serve others? How can I leave the world slightly better than I found it? Living with intention ensures that your efforts extend far beyond your lifetime. Success, then, isn't merely about hitting milestones or accumulating wealth. It's about living a life rich in meaning, connection, and contribution. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, not for external validation, but because you owe it to the incredible potential within you. As you continue forward, remember that the journey itself is the reward. Each challenge, each triumph, and each lesson shapes you into the masterpiece you were always meant to be. Now, I'll leave you with this thought. Imagine looking back 10 years from today. Who do you want to see standing in your shoes? Someone who played it safe and stayed comfortable, or someone who dared to dream bigger, work harder, and rise higher? The choice is yours. Choose wisely and watch your world change. So, as you stand at the crossroads of your own journey, remember this: greatness isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's available to anyone willing to embrace growth. Take consistent action and persist through challenges. Success is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, but creating momentum with the moments you have. Surround yourself with positivity, focus on adding value to others, and trust in your ability to rise above adversity. Whether you're striving for financial freedom, personal fulfillment, or leaving a legacy that inspires future generations, know this: the power to transform your life lies within you. Choose courage over comfort, discipline over distraction, and purpose over procrastination. The road ahead may be long, but every step you take brings you closer to the extraordinary life you envision. Now go out there and make it happen, because the world is waiting for your unique contribution.